My odometer display keeps flashing F1, and I can't change ride modes. Not a clue what that means. And then we got some sort of a warning light going on there. Doesn't tell me a whole lot though. Let's see if it resets when I shut the ignition off. No, it didn't. Strange. It won't clear it. Now the mysterious error code that I have no idea what it means has disappeared. So we're going to start by turning off ABS. And I don't know what that was. Maybe F1 or FI means something up with the fuel injection. Not a clue. The bike ran fine. I didn't notice any differences in the rideability aspect of it. And I am exploring a new road. I just want to know where this road comes up out at the top. So to get here, I went downhill a road that was covered with a lot of loose rock like this, but more. And the front tire showed its limitations there as well. It was kind of wandering all over the place, like it didn't know where it wanted to go. And that's just because it's basically a round profile, street biased tire. I have some general ideas where this road comes out, but not totally sure. At least it hasn't petered out into an overgrown mess that would imply that it's a dead end. And there has been some bike traffic up this, so it has to connect somewhere. I have never been on this road before. I believe that it comes out somewhere between French Corral and Sugarloaf Lookout. I don't know if this looks like familiar territory or not. Well, now that makes me wonder where that road goes the other direction. This one that I just came out to. Wow, those are some big bike swallowing holes. Yeah, this still is not a road that I've been on in recent memory. Huh, another fork. That just probably goes back to some obscure campsite. This road that I came up, I saw it yesterday. Well, I've seen it a number of times, but yesterday when I saw it, I thought, next time I'm up here, I need to go up that and see where it goes. Well, we're definitely heading towards Sugarloaf Lookout. Okay, so this is the main 5200 road. Sugarloaf that way, French Corral that way. So that is the 5808 210 road. Well, very interesting. So the road that I went down earlier and got onto the fire break, that road should be up here. I've been down that. That just dead ends into a obscure camp area. Well, now I don't know what I was gonna do the rest of the day. So here's the road I went down to get to the fire break when I switched her into ride mode A. So what's interesting here is trip B shows 1105.8, but how could trip B have more miles than the odometer? My odometer is showing 1102. Is that some glitch in the programming? I don't know. Something I'll have to talk to my dealer about. Trip A, 54.6 miles, and so far all I have done is drop the first indicator on the fuel gauge, but that happened a while back. So it is still early in the day. It's only 12:15. I got a later start today. Traction control test. Because I was finishing up my 1,000-mile review video that I started on last night. What I think that I need to do is, once I get a video edited, is then just walk away from it and come back to it. Then, holy crap. So that was another limitation of the front tire. That wasn't even much of a rut. Something went wrong. Anyway, so once I get it done, or where I think it's done, basically first pass through the video and editing out stuff that doesn't need to be there, is walk away from it and come back to it the next day and then see how much more I can trim down. That's kind of, I've always sort of done the whole keep editing it until you go through it and don't remove anymore. But I think just walking away from it and coming back to it the next day with a fresh mind makes you kind of refocus on what the point of that video was, and then delete more. So I ended up deleting out about 10 minutes of stuff that I realized that, well, this does nothing to add to the context or purpose of this video, so let's get rid of it. So last night I still hadn't totally decided which bike I was going to ride, but I was kind of thinking this one. So there was some stuff that I had to get ready on this bike, and then I left camp. I got about 8 miles out and realized, holy crap, I forgot to take the skid plate off my old DR-Z and put it over on this one. So I backtracked, went back to camp, swapped the skid plate, and carried on. So I didn't even get out of camp the second time until sometime after 10 o'clock, and it's now 12:15. It's cooler today. There's a pretty good breeze. There's some nice cloud cover. So I think this kind of makes me want to do a little bit more riding today. And today I'm just out having fun exploring. The last 2 days plus a short day, I was out scouting and doing recon for the 2026 dual sport event that I help with. So I think I probably covered all the different bases I can think of as far as front and rear tire. I pointed out a few places where the front has gotten skittish and about gotten away from me. Right here it's doing okay, but this is mostly hard packed with really small gravel. So I'm still interested in hearing what everybody's thoughts are on tires that you might run if you had a DR-Z4S or DR-Z400. I have an MT21 sitting waiting in the garage for me, plus I have a Tusk Waypoint Adventure tire. I'm pretty much set on going with that Tusk tire. I think I might even try that on my other DR-Z. The thing about the tires that I'm running now on my KTM and my other DR-Z, they're the Tusk D-Sport, and I have noticed that they are not quite as durable as the Dunlop D606. And historically I could get at least 2,500 miles out of a rear tire, sometimes upwards of 3,000 plus on the D606. So I'd like to try a rear tire that has better life. So yeah, I think, oh wow, dang it, yawning again. I think that probably just about wraps up my rambling about tires for the time being. So I will see you in the next video.